So, Futaba is getting added into PvPix in the next patch. As you have heard from many different content creators, she is a meta-defining unit. But why is she a meta-defining unit, and what does many content creators, including me, heavily recommend you getting her A1? So let's just get into it. Just for disclaimer, this video is made before the announce of any buff to her. Since it will just be a buff, it will just make her even better, so most of this video will still be accurate. Futaba is a Navi which is heavily focused on debuffing the enemies. Let's just start with what her skill kit provides. Her skill 1 decreases all enemies' defense for 30% for 3 rounds at level 10. During this duration, double this debuff when enemies take weak damage. So if the enemies take weak damage after you use the skill, you can decrease the enemy's defense for 60%, which is a lot, like a lot. Her skill 2 increases the damage taken of one enemy by 23.5% for 3 turns at level 10. During this duration, gain 15% analysis progress after allies deal damage with persona skill, follow-up, and highlights. Both skill 1 and skill 2, after you use either of them, give all allies hack it complete if you're at 100% analysis progress for 2 turns, which ties in with her A0 and really important for her A1. To sum it up, her A0 is you gain 5% of analysis progress after allies uses persona skill, gains 20% if allies deal weak damage with persona skill or a follow-up or a highlight, and increases all allies damage by 20% if they have the hack complete buff. And now, the most important skill, or skill 3, increases one ally's attack by 1.2k for 2 turns, and inflicts disruption virus based on the target's element to all enemies for 1 turn. And that is the weakness implant. How it works is turn to resistant if they have no play or absorb, turn to neutral if they have resistant, turn to weak if they have neutral, and increase weak damage taken by 25% if they're already weak to the element. So for example, if you put Futaba skill 3 on Queen, which is a nuke element unit, if the enemy is resist to nuke, it will turn to neutral for 1 turn. If the enemy is neutral to nuke, it will turn into weak, so the enemy will be weak to nuke for 1 turn. I hope you understand that explanation. So what does her A1 do? To sum it up really simply, crit rate. It's just increasing all allies' crit rate by 12% when Futaba is at 100% analysis progress, or when allies are in hack complete, which you get from using her skill 1 and skill 2. Funny thing is, you will probably have this crit rate buff always active because of one of Futaba's passive being gain 100% analysis progress at the start of battle, and at the second round, when you use Futaba's skill 1 or skill 2, get hack complete on your team for 2 turns. And 2 turns are more than enough to get analysis progress back to 100%, so the crit rate buff will never go away. But why does the simple crit rate buff is so important that we content creators heavily recommend you getting it? Simple answer is it allows you to run a crit damage main stat card. With only substats, you can easily get your DPS's crit rate to around 30%, and with all the different places you can get crit rate from, like Wonder using Rebellion or Cord A1, you can get to a decently high crit rate without running a crit rate main stat star card on your DPS, and you will see a huge difference in leaderboard modes like SOS or Guild Boss because of the stable domain. Another reason why you would want her A1 is just because Futaba is a Navi. You will use her in every single team. Even now on CN and TW, we're still using her at all the times, so getting dupes on Navis will never go wrong. Another really important thing about Futaba is because of her skill 3, which is her weakness implant, she will make Velvet Trials 100 times easier, making the people who are having a hard time in Velvet Trials have an easier time. I hope this video helped you understand more things about Futaba and why us content creators are all telling you that Futaba is a must pull. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and also thank you Chills again for helping me edit these kinds of video. I'll see you guys in the next one.